Good afternoon, hello, my name is Daniel, this is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. You join me on Friday evening, and in my world right now, Friday night is Chaingang night. My cycling club, South Normanton Cycling Club, have what's called Fast Friday, where we try and ride fast on a Friday. Makes sense, doesn't it? I don't know who's going, I don't know how many people are there, don't know how hard it's going to be, but I do know I'm going to struggle. This is my second outdoor ride in the UK for like 4 or 5 months. Big block off with injuries, but back relatively healthy now, getting back in some sort of training, and I'm really motivated by this, you know, riding a bike outside, riding with your mates, all that sort of stuff. So I'm not worried about the intensity at the minute. My training load is quite low, so having short hard rides is fine. Probably a good training response, not to be honest. I'm just keeping an eye on the overall volume, if anything. Anyway, I'm actually on time, so I don't need to rush there. I'm going to try and hang on and not get dropped. But if I do get dropped, it's definitely because I'm on the training bike, not the crit bike, and because I've not got aero socks on. That's the reason, not fitness, the socks. Let's get stuck in. So we do our club Chaingang in 2 directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Today was an anti-clockwise loop, which means we head down Pentridge, which is about a 5 to 7 minute climb depending on how fast you ride it, but we're going down it. But there are a couple of flat sections where, as you can see, I'm struggling to hang on to the group on the way down. The thing is, about one of the first sunny evenings of the year, everybody is excited, everybody wants to ride their bike fast, and that is absolutely fine. And you know, the general vibe of the night is that tonight is a hard ride, so people are wanting to start that from the gun. So I'm just doing what I can to hang on to the group and not get dropped too soon. Now this is the way out. This is the headwind section. We had a headwind for the first half and then a tailwind for the second half. So we start off relatively chill. It's a really smooth chain. We're trying to think about, you know, looking after everybody. There's a wide range of abilities in the group, and we want everybody to be able to get involved and to actually do a chain gang. If it all just kicked off right at the beginning, some people would be dropped, some people would be riding on their own. It's just not like, it's not a club environment, is it? So we really do start pretty cruisy, and it slowly winds up as we get through the ride. I think there are 7 of us tonight, so not a massive group, so you almost need everybody to be able to pull through anyway, so that we have an effective chain. There might actually be 9 of us, I'm not sure, let's count when they go past. I've just pulled through, taking my turn there, and you can see how like slowly people are pulling through. That's the key there, just keeping it smooth. If you surge through on the front, then the people further back in the line are going to let gaps open, and it just becomes a bit of a mess. This is much more organised. That is James Saxby on the right there. He is training for the world record attempt for the longest triathlon in the world, and this is, we're not really like on the loop yet, so this is almost like just a bit of a warm-up. We get down to Ambergate and then we turn left at Ambergate, if you know it, onto the A6, and then start our like proper chain gang there. And I think I got the numbers wrong. I think there are actually 9 of us, so that's a good group. Temperature wise, it's about 15 degrees Celsius. Some people still wrapped up. I was just in shorts and jersey, and I was absolutely red hot. And that person down the right of me, that's Mark, Lee, he just shouts me last man. So when the last person comes through on the back, you tell the person to the left, you just, as I'm doing to that guy I've just passed now, last man, so that they know they can then swing out and they're not going to pull out in front of somebody and wipe them out. This bit is from the tour, probably 2/3 of the way through the ride, so we've now got a tailwind behind us. It rides slightly differently when you've got a tailwind, whereas into a headwind the group is moving slower and the effort level is a lot different. When you're in the chain, it's quite easy, and then when you get to the front, it's like very hard because you're then hitting the wind. When you've got a tailwind, those 2 effort levels are a little more close together. It's still hard, but I would say it's harder in the line and then not as hard on the front, just because of how fast we're going in the wind and so on. So just plays out a little bit differently, and if anything, you get less recovery with a tailwind. So if you're feeling it, there's a less chance of you hanging on, as I do find out later on in this ride. But I've only got the GoPro in my mouth, so when I'm breathing heavy, I can't really have it there. You can see here we're still doing the same sort of thing. If anything, I'm not holding the wheel very closely in front of me, to be honest. I'm just a little bit nervous. I haven't ridden with a group for a while. I haven't done a chain gang for months. I'm just rusty, so I'm always just a little bit like being really cautious, but that's absolutely fine on a ride like this. If I was on like a real fast, like, you know, serious chain gang, then I'd be dropped doing stuff like that. But with this being relatively within my light range of effort, I should be absolutely fine. I do get dropped later on up the last climb, but it's okay. It's all part of the fun. This was a real good ride. Everybody had a good workout, and we all finished that thinking, yep, we enjoyed that bike ride. I don't know what these hand signals are. Barry's just invented. I think he's making those up as he goes along. But yeah, all good. Oh, I felt okay until I didn't feel okay. Only just been distanced on the last hill. That's fine, but man, have I got some work to do. Sax, I would have. I had it in my mind that we were going to get to the top of here. I was going to have dropped you. I was going to say something like, "Oh, it's a good job this isn't on world record route, isn't it?" But my plan didn't go exactly to plan, so maybe you should drop it in.
Yeah, no, it's all right tonight, I thought. But you did well.
Thank you very much. I've not got aero socks on. I've only got cotton socks on.
That
is why, isn't it? I don't know if you've noticed as well, but I'm 2 kilos lighter than you last seen.
Yeah. Noticed straight away.
How's training going?
Yeah, not bad. Pushed it a bit on the swimming this week and hurt my arm a little. Well, it's just a bit sore.
Yeah.
But I planned on doing a bit more this week because it's half term, so it's to be expected. But other than that, yeah, it's going alright.
Please don't injure yourself properly, because I'm not in a position to take your space. Thanks. Sax was training to take the Guinness World Record for the longest triathlon in the world. That's what Clarkson says, isn't it? In the world. Oh, ride done and dusted. I'll leave the stats on screen. Really happy to get that done. So good to like get out. I'm going to stop a second because I know this wind's bad. I can't bend my hand around on this side like I can the other side. There we go, right. It feels so good to push like relatively hard, even if it's not that hard, not flat out. Awesome. I was absolutely buzzing to get dropped on the last climb by the lads, because that motivates me to be a little bit better next week and the week after and so on. I'm now going to have a day off the bike, so although I'm having some intensity and some hard training, I'm really trying to keep it reined in and not go flat out too soon. I've learned this mistake so many times over the last few months, so yeah, feeling really good. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for some more triathlon training. Come on, duathlon training, whatever.